65-year-old occupational therapist Keith Siegel was born in Chapel Hill in North Carolina before moving to Israel over 40 years ago. When he was in Israel, he met and married South African-born Aviva and lived on Kibbutz Kfar Aza in the Gaza envelope. It was from this home where the couple were kidnapped from their beds into Gaza.
I was there with the Hamas terrorists, and I know exactly what it is like. You feel like you're going to die. They play games with you all the time, and they threaten you with a gun in front of your face all the time.
Aviva was released in the November 2023 ceasefire deal and has been on the front lines fighting for her husband's release since then.
Hardest moments for me while I was there, to see them how they tortured Keith and tortured the girls with me. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. They didn't even let me cry.
Keith was last seen in a Hamas propaganda video in April, and released hostage Emily Damari allegedly asked her captors to release her Kfar Aza neighbour instead of her when she was freed on January the 19th. But in December, Keith's 97-year-old mother Gladys died in the US, with her not knowing the fate of her son and him not being able to say goodbye to his mother. Ofer Kalderon was 52 years old when he tried to flee Hamas terrorists rampaging through Kibbutz Nir Oz with his two children, 16-year-old Sahar and 12-year-old Erez. They were all caught and taken into Gaza. Sahar and Erez were released from captivity in November 2023. Two of their relatives, Carmela Dan and 12-year-old Noya Dan, who had autism, were both killed. It took 2 weeks to identify their bodies. Ofer is a carpenter by trade and moved from Haifa to southern Israel because of the peaceful environment. He also holds French citizenship. According to Sahar and Erez, they all watched Israeli news in captivity, including I-24 News, leading to Calderon's eldest daughter, Gaia, issuing this emotional plea to her father.
אבא, אני מקווה שאתה שומע אותי. אני רוצה להגיד לך שאני כל כך אוהבת אותך ומתגעגעת אליך. ואתה הכי חזק בעולם, ואין דבר שיעצור אותך. ואני יודעת שאתה שורד את זה למרות שזה מאוד קשה. תעשה הכל, כי אל תדאג, אנחנו עושים הכל. ואל תשכח לרגע מי אתה וכמה אתה חזק ומה עברת בחיים, והכל קטן עליך. ואני יודעת שזה קשה. ואני שולח לך חיבוק ענקי שייתן לך את כל הכוחות האפשריים.
Yarden Bibas and his wife Shiri were blessed with the birth of their youngest son Kfir in January 2023, providing a younger brother for 4-year-old Ariel. 9 months later, on October the 7th, 2023, the family was ripped apart, with all 4 getting abducted into Gaza. Yarden texted his sister at 9:45 to say that terrorists had entered their home in Kibbutz Nir Oz before images circulated online showing him bloodied and beaten on a motorcycle.
It's very difficult. I miss him very much. He's very missed, him and Shiri and the boys. We had to go through, in this year we had to go through holidays and all the other family's birthdays, and every time we hope the next date they will be home already.
It is believed that he wanted to separate himself from his family so that he would be taken hostage and his family would be freed. However, in some of the most famous videos from October the 7th, a terrified Shiri was seen holding her 2 babies, surrounded by terrorists. Shiri, Ariel and Kfir were not released in the November 2023 ceasefire deal. A few days later, Hamas released a video showing them telling a distraught Yarden that his family had been killed by an IDF strike. Israel is yet to verify that. Prior to October the 7th, Yarden and Shiri had been talking for months that they wanted to move away from the Gaza envelope to northern Israel for safety reasons. But now, Yarden will return home, but not to his wife and his 2 young children.